February Finance Committee meeting. If we could all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Is approval of the meeting minutes for January. No, February. I'm like a month behind. This is the March Finance Committee meeting, and we're approving the February meeting minutes. So, thanks, Rod. Minutes have been seconded. Does anybody have questions or edits or anything? Okay. All in favor, say aye. 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 All opposed, say right. Any abstentions? Okay. Item of today, which is the financial reports for February. Michelle.
Thank you, Heidi. Behind tab 2, you will find the financial results for the month ending February 28th, 2021. We'll start off with some good news. Metro celebrated the Ohio Loves Transit Week, February 17th through the 14th. We had 10 new buses went into service beginning February 15th. CPS has returned to in-classroom learning on February 16th. And the Metro's fare simplification plan is on track to take effect next month on April 4th. Some challenges that we continue to have. COVID continues to negatively impact ridership. Compared to last year, we're still down about 50%. The organization will be reviewing all the budgeted assumptions that were presented in December and will present an updated forecast in April. Another challenge I have personally is technological issues, but we're working through that. Moving on to the financial statements for the month, you'll see the total revenue of $8.7 million was favorable to budget by $766,000. Unfavorable to budget by $766,000 or 8%. Total expense of $8 million was favorable to budget by $1,426,000 or 15%. The operating surplus before adjustments was $660,000 for the month and $1.8 million year to date. All of these funds were moved over to our capital reserve for a total of $6,708,000 was received from the sales tax revenue, and we have $1.8 million for reserves this year for capital reserves. Some of the factors driving the results for the month: fare revenue was unfavorable to budget by $89,000 or 11.5%. Metro fare revenue was unfavorable to budget by $78,000 as a result of fixed route regular ridership that was unfavorable to budget. CPS contract revenue was unfavorable to budget by $594,000 or 79%. CPS service, which began on February 16th, was budgeted for the entire month. Non-transportation revenue was unfavorable to budget by $42,000 or 68% due to unfavorable advertising revenue. Wages and benefits was favorable by $515,000 or 7.6%, primarily due to the delay of CPS returning to in-classroom learning. Fuel and lubricant was favorable by $134,000 or 32.5% as a result of lower miles driven due to the delay of CPS service. Parts and supplies was favorable by $71,000 or 11%, primarily due to the building maintenance parts of $31,000 and COVID-related supplies of $49,000. And our other item was favorable to budget by $662,000 or 45%, primarily as a result of outsourced services of $180,000, third-party maintenance costs of $268,000, and training, travel, and meetings of $38,000. These were just some timing issues that will be caught up in later months.
Michelle, is this a reforecasted budget?
Not yet. That will be presented in April.
Hey, Michelle, the ridership is down 20%, but the fare is only down 11. You have
Yes,
more people paying.
Go ahead.
Divide and the summer slide during the summer. Just curious if they need our services.
Not at this time. We are in continual talks with CPS for the remainder of this year, and as we look into the summer, John Ravazio may be able to add a little bit more color to that as far as additional service for the summer period when we get to the planning and ops, or I don't know if John has any comments now, but as of right now, it has not been discussed to my knowledge.
Yeah, no discussions yet, Rod, in terms of any summer service. The focus now is getting ready for a potential return to 5 days a week. Students in class returning on Monday. So making sure that service-wise we're ready for those Mondays, and a lot of attention with CPS now is being paid to next school year already in terms of shifting school start time. So those are the two initiatives we're working with them right now. Nothing about the summer.
All right. A lot of loss there.
We've been able to counter that loss. Though, look at the expenses. You've seen we've been able to control the wages, the fuel and lubricants, and our parts. Well, controlling the expenses helps offset that loss on the revenue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking at the year-to-date revenue by source, this is just kind of giving you a different look to see where exactly all of our revenue is coming from. As you'll notice, fares. Just kind of looking at some of our capital projections. As you remember, this year we presented a capital budget. So year to date, we've currently committed $28,254,000, or 91% of our budget has already been committed to the capital. So we just need to apply an additional $2.6 million approximately, either from the sales tax or additional grants that we'll be going after to finish funding all of the capital requirements for this year. Any questions on the financials?
I don't have any questions, but I'd love to open up the other board members in case you do.
I'll go to one of my favorite topics. So the fuel purchases were down. I'm assuming that's because maybe the service is down a little bit because CPS and such hasn't come back. I know the other side of what's pushing is on hedging. Are we? Last year we got overhedged because the gallons of fuel used increased significantly on us, right? How are you feeling about that balance this year?
Correct. Right now, we're for the 1 to 2 year period, we're right on target, around 90%. Adding the additional service for the second half of this year and going into 2022 has helped balance out that fuel hedging percentage as well.
So we're comfortable or not? So as soon as CPS is coming back, right? Okay.
Right.
We're over committed on percentage, but if the miles don't happen, but I get it.
We're right in line with the rest of the year, but we will be, we'll continue to monitor and make sure that we stay within range. But as we roll out the service for the Reinventing Metro plan, we've definitely included those additional gallons in there too.
With the new state budget being proposed and an increase in transportation, how will that affect our monies from the state?
Actually positive to our budget this year because of COVID and all the uncertainty at the beginning of 2021 and the end of 2020, we actually budgeted that we would not get much at all from the state for any type of grant funds. So any additional funds this year, it's still projected to be a little bit less than last year, but we did not budget any of those funds in our forecast this year. Yep. And a lot of it will be for capital projects.
They haven't given the way that's going to be split out yet, right?
Correct. They have not. We've had conversations with ODOT as some of our projects that are coming up for the remainder of this year and given them a list of our priorities, hoping to get as much of that funded as we possibly can.
Any other questions for Michelle? Okay. We're going to move on to our one and only action item this morning, which is the monthly investment of funds report. Go ahead, Michelle.
Thank you, Heidi. Behind tab 3, you will find the investment of funds report. As of February 28th, SORTA's cash and investment balance was $38,487,841, yield a return of 12 basis points, and average days to maturity of 39 days. The investment income for the month of February was $3,624 and $7,767 year to date. The decrease in cash from January to February of $358,695 was due mostly to the local portion of the bus purchase, partially offset by the return of excess funds in the fuel hedging program. Any question on the first page of the investment of funds report?
I don't probably want to know the answer. What was that average rate as of this time last year? It was over 1%, right?
Yeah, actually, if you look right below, actually, no, it's not there. I will confirm that shortly.
I don't need to know exactly, but it's costing us a couple $100,000 a year here, right?
Yeah, so it was definitely closer to 1.5%.
Wow, that's almost free. It's like, might as well keep it in a checking account.
Almost. We will continue to look at the opportunities. As you'll see, we've increased our commercial paper position where it's yielding a little bit more. So we'll continue to take opportunities in the market to almost double our rates up to closer to 20 basis points, 22 basis points. And you'll notice this month we are introducing a second investment of funds report. Very simple for the first month, but as we've started to collect receipts for the infrastructure account, we wanted to start showing that as well. So as of right now, there's a balance of $5,179,151. It's currently all in the Fifth Third Bank checking account, specifically set aside for the infrastructure funds. But we are in the process of opening the Star Ohio account, and we'll start to invest these funds as well to pick up some additional yield for those funds. So this will be a new report you'll start to see every month, just to keep the board aware of everything that's going on with the infrastructure funds.
That's really helpful. Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. Any questions on that?
I'm going to take that as a no. Great. I would like to make a motion that to accept the investment of funds report for February.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed say right. Any abstentions? Okay. As far as I know, there is no new business. So we are concluding the March Finance Committee meeting. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Heidi.
Okay, we have about 12 minutes before planning